everyone.
Welcome back to Travel Tuesday Talks with Thobi
and Senzi.
And we are the Lived Experience. So you guys know that every Tuesday we will do something really dope around travel. And today we decided to compile a few travel questions around our travels,
questions that you've asked us.
Yeah, and some that we've just added on
yes.
For a little bit of spice. But don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We are on 804, so get to subscribing.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have a new location.
Oh yeah, we decided to get out of the room. It's a beautiful day. It's hot, so we decided to get a new somewhere in the house. We had to make it work.
Tired of these bedrooms.
Yes. Tell us if you like it, but yeah, we are gonna get to it. Question number uno. So question number uno is probably directed to Senzi because I have zero experience in that field. It's all about solo travel. It was quite an open-ended question, so I think Senzi will talk about her experience and some of the learning she learned while doing a little bit of solo travel.
So I'm a big advocate for solo travel. I feel like I'm still going to convince this one to go on a solo trip one day. The first time I took a trip by myself was actually to Plettenberg Bay, and I took a bus. A Translux or something? Was the cheapest option. I didn't have a license. I didn't know how to drive, so I took a bus. Got myself an Airbnb, and it was a room inside this beautiful beachside house, and yeah, it was an amazing time. I relaxed. I took a book with me. I had full autonomy of my itinerary, what I wanted to do each day, what I wanted to eat each day, and I just spent quality time with myself. And then the second time I did a solo trip was to Portugal. But see, the thing is about solo travel is it doesn't mean you're going to be by yourself the whole time.
Yeah.
It actually opens you up to meeting new people. And yeah, I think that's the great thing about it is you learn how to, make decisions. You learn how to troubleshoot when there's issues along the way. You learn how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because sitting at a table eating by yourself or just it's a very interesting experience, and it teaches you a lot about yourself, but it also opens you up to learning about other people, meeting other people, and you can decide to kind of join forces with another solo traveler and experience something together. The only downside is that it can be expensive because you're not splitting
the bill
and you're not splitting the cost of the room. It's but yeah, I really encourage it.
That leads us to question number 2. Someone asked, how do we keep our expenses low in traveling? So that's a good one. Yes. So we can talk a little bit with us. Well, with me, I'll give an example. We don't eat out all the time, and even if we do, we try and eat the cheapest food there. We also buy a lot of snacks and things in between, so that when we're on a day out, we have snacks from the room, snacks from breakfast. You know what I mean? The things that you don't necessarily eat all the time. We keep all of that stuff. And it actually helps when you're feeling a little bit hungry or It helps when you actually are not being a total gimba, eating everything at once, but you're sort of rationing out your portion and your food. So yeah, we sort of do that a lot with food. It really keeps the expenses low. And we also buy a lot of when we were in Bali, we bought the things that the Balinese eat. The noodles at a proper Balinese place.
Yeah.
Which
and
was
we went
amazing.
to a supermarket as well.
We went to a supermarket, we bought some
bread, exactly.
some cheese. We literally would have sandwiches. guys, it was so crazy because the place normally, most of the places have breakfast, but we just went to the supermarket, some rama, some spread, and every day we would just put it
I'm gonna
together.
snitch on myself. I remember when we were in Bali, one thing I did was, so I didn't finish my breakfast and we had this bread, and then I just made myself a sandwich to go. I was just like,
But you do that all the time.
I know, I'm such a cheapskate in a way, and I'm such a saver of food. Like, I don't like wasting food.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's a disease or what it is, but yeah, like if you're paying for a place that offers breakfast as well, and they have fruits or something, or they have
Exactly.
croissants.
Take those damn fruits.
Take it, put it in a serviette, put
Yeah.
it in your little backpack for the day, and then before lunchtime, like you'll be fine.
Yeah. What other ways do you feel safe on travels?
Well, it's like small things. So I remember once reading about people who, while on a flight, they ask for seconds, and then they take that meal off the plane and to their accommodation, and that's like a whole meal. You've saved on a whole meal.
Haven't done that one yet.
And also, like, if they give you guys a juice, if they give you something,
Those snacks. And
something that's non-perishable,
Yeah.
you take that stuff with you.
Yeah.
You don't have to eat it on the plane. You just save it for snacking later. What else?
I think accommodation definitely. Also.
Accommodation can be a big expense.
Like share, guys. If you're going with a group, you know the mentality of that everyone must have their own room and all of that. If you're on a budget, share. Like when we were in Bali, we did a homestay. Homestays are amazing when traveling also, because basically it means you're staying on the property of a family, and they have their own.
They had a compound with different houses.
And we shared, and that like really helps with the expenses. And also it's Airbnb. Airbnb is amazing, guys, with all of that. You can put in your budget, and you work around the budget that you have per night, and yeah.
I just want to say something to add to that is having a budget or being a budget traveler doesn't take anything away from your experience.
Yeah.
Like,
it was still good.
Exactly, it's still an amazing experience. If you want your Insta pics, you can still like ask your roommate to get out of the room, take a picture on the bed. Like, people have just become so obsessed with like, how does this look to the world? I need to show people my beautiful, luxurious room and my villa and my views and whatever.
Yeah.
Just like, it doesn't mean that you can't have an amazing time in that country.
Exactly.
If you're staying in a backpackers, if you're staying in an Airbnb sharing, if you're staying in a three-person bedroom, like, it doesn't matter. Another point of saving is transport.
Yes, guys. Also walk.
Transport. So do your research about the prices attached to taking a private taxi, taking an Uber, if there is Uber in that area, public transport, how easy is it to maneuver, and then again, like, try to speak to a local or somebody from the area or someone who's traveled to the area. If we had spoken to somebody before going to Bali, we would have saved thousands,
so much,
thousands,
a lot.
collectively, thousands, just because we were using private taxis, and they would charge you like 500,000, the currency, which is 500 rand. It's like 500 rand to 600 rand a trip. And if we had rented out scooters or used scooters, which is public transport, we would have saved so much money. Same story in Kenya. Using the taxis is much more expensive than using matatus, which is a taxi, like a proper Kombaring taxi, and then also using motorbikes.
Exactly.
It's just,
So do your research. The next question is, how does it feel being black in a foreign country? So for me, I think don't take it too seriously. I think, yes, they are so fascinated by our melanin. They are so fascinated by our beauty. They are so fascinated by our strong will. Like, Sangana, we own it. Like, and I love that about black travelers now. We have started to own ourselves, to own our travel, to do what we want to do in other countries, which is amazing. But I feel like people are still not used to it. When we were in Bali, we were at some place, and they started calling us for Beyonce, like, weird things like that. And then they started wanting us to take photos with them. It gets a bit frustrating and annoying, but you also need to see it in their eyes. They haven't seen black people in a while or whatever it is. But yeah, I think it's an amazing experience. In Germany, the same thing happened. We would be out here in the club. We were the ones, we were the ones. We were the center of attention. We were the center of things, guys, And if you use it positively, there's nothing wrong to educate people about ourselves, about where we're from. When I went there, I had short hair and I had blonde short hair. They were all just like, whoa! And I was like, yes, we do dye our hair. So you educate people in the best way possible to make yourself comfortable and them comfortable. Have boundaries, obviously. For me, it happens. It really does, Yeah.
I think attitude is very important because it's very easy to be disappointed, annoyed, frustrated by how you're treated as a black person in other countries. And experiences are obviously different depending on the country, depending on the people that you interact with. So I don't think we can say that like all Egyptians are colorist or all these people are this. You find amazing people that treat you with respect as they would anybody else. And I think attitude goes a long way. Just having a positive mindset changes your whole outlook and your whole holiday. It's like, just embrace the celebrity status that you get from being black if you want to take photos with you. But at the same time, like Thobi said, have your boundaries. If you're not into that, draw the line and move away from those people. That's all it is really. And managing your expectations, because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of instances where black people have been treated terribly just because of the color of their skin. So managing expectations, knowing how to stand up for yourself, but also, I guess, some level of respect for the country that you're in, because you don't want to cause drama and draw too much negative attention to you, because it could land you into trouble. So it's just navigating all those different things. But I think a positive attitude goes a long way in making the experience better for yourself.
Yes. So the next one is, what are some of the travel trends that we feel are coming up in the travel space? First one, Africa. No, seriously. I'm not even going to think it's a trend. I think it's just what's happening in the travel space at the moment. People are coming to Africa and people want to experience Africa in its authentic self, So us, like our music playing, our culture, our food, people are really coming here, whether it's for holidays, whether it's for business, whether it's for whatever it is. I see it, I feel it, I know it. When me and Senzi, obviously are from KwaZulu-Natal, but Joburg is also. And when we go to Maboneng and we interact with people, everybody from everywhere else is here. You will meet a Senegalese in Maboneng. You will meet a guy from the UK in Maboneng. You will meet, wherever it is, but it's Joburg, it's South Africa, it's Africa. And I definitely feel like Africa, our time is now. Like, it's definitely what it is. It's where it's at. And I think it's also important for South Africans to then also buy into that and start traveling Africa with open eyes, with a positive attitude, and then start really experiencing what Africa has to sort of, give. Yeah. That's my first trend.
I think another trend, more localized travel. So I think people are starting to recognize that all travel is travel. Travel to another province, travel to a different city in your country counts as travel. So exploring your own country and taking small staycations, I think that's going to, if it's not already going to be a trend, is you don't always have the time, the luxury of time, money, all these things, because there's so much going on, and things are getting harder and tighter. Like, our pockets are becoming, it's hard. So we're finding ways to navigate and finding ways to still enjoy ourselves, still get a breakaway, still escape from your everyday norm. And gems are not hard to find.
Yes.
Like beautiful places
They're
that
right
make
around
you
the corner.
feel like you are far away or like you're somewhere else are right around the corner.
I think another one that is sort of a trend right now, not just in Africa, South Africa, is rural tourism. That reminds me of an article Senzi just wrote on one of our tours that we're going to be doing in March. I think it's a huge thing. People want to be exposed to something different. We've been exposed to the city, we've been exposed to urban living, we've been
Coastal.
to, you know what I mean, coastal, but I feel like there's a huge market for rural tourism, and we're lucky enough to be tapping into that soon. But it's a big thing, and whether it's from Eastern Cape, you know, where you're from, to KZN, to PE, to, you know, different areas in South Africa that are untapped, that have amazing land and landscape, that need, you know, a little bit of a boost. For me, that is a trend, and it's something that I feel like we should start exploring, because I saw it a lot with our friends. We grew up a little bit in Makaya, we understand that living a little bit, but we've got friends that home is Joburg, you know, home is Soweto, home is Edenville, wherever it is. And of course, you can't just be like, you know, but it's okay for people to also come and experience what we have experienced when we were younger, you know, having to wake up to the chickens waking you up, seeing the boys coming to get the cows and taking them out, carrying amanzi from the tank, and, you know, all these little things that made us who we are important. And I feel like in tourism, they should be a huge part of our exploration as the people, and also just to put that side of South Africa on the map, you know.
Yeah.
Any other trend?
I think the fourth one for me, and I don't know if we have caught on to it yet, or if it's a very niche. If it's a very niche kind of travel, and if it's just for specific kinds of people, or maybe one day we'll all be open to it. Ecotourism, environmentally friendly tourism, and responsible tourism as a whole. I guess responsible tourism as a whole is in responsible to the environment, responsible to the local communities and local economies, and social responsibility. So travel around, travel with a purpose, travel with meaning, helping the communities that you are traveling to and spending time in. So you know, small things, like very meaningful and intentional travel, that you're not just going to a place to extract and to enjoy it for personal gain, but that you're very intentional about where your money's going, whether that's through donating to foundations, or whether it's volunteering and visiting charities, or whether it is, you know, a specific type of traveling where you're in a place that only uses like septic tanks and natural sources of water and this and that. And I think it is rewarding to know that you are being a responsible traveler. And I think, you know, we'll also get there. In small ways, we are responsible about our travel, but I think just the consciousness when we travel is still something that can be improved.
Oh, this was so fun. Like, I actually love the answering of different travel questions. Last one is what I put in: how we've turned our passion into a business. I mean, we didn't really touch onto this a lot, and we just wanted to let you guys know that we have turned our passion, and not really passion, it's like embedded in us, you know. Travel has been something that we grew up doing, seeing, driving down to KZN, to Sukoko, all these little things. It starts in our hometown, it starts driving down 20 minutes. That is already a thing, you know. So we've turned that into a business, and I think we just want to take you through a little bit of like why we did it and how we're doing it. Right? So I think we're going to start with why we decided to actually start our destination management travel company.
So I think in some ways there's a demand for travel, there's a demand for experiences, whether it's local or abroad. We realized when people started asking a lot of questions about how do you do it, I'm planning a trip to Kenya, can you help me? How do I do this? Where do I find this? All those many different questions. Can I come with? we wanted to centralize all the information into a business and just provide an amazing service to people. So that we're not just sporadically giving like half-hearted information and tips, but that we are now more dedicated to providing fuller information, to going out of our way, to getting the best prices, the best deals, so that people can join us. But also, what we really want to encourage is South Africans traveling more, and South Africans traveling Africa and getting to know our neighbors. I feel like we're so removed from the rest of the continent, and I've been so inspired, I know we both have, through social media, connecting with people from all over the world, from different continents to just next door, Zimbabwe, Kenya, even as far as the UK and America, Rwanda, connecting with all these people just because there is a connection to travel, just because there's a connection to getting to know ourselves more and immersing ourselves into our continent, into our country. So that curiosity, like wanting to know more, wanting to meet other people, we want to foster that in other South Africans as well, and we want to take them along with us on the journey.
Yes, and I think that's exactly what we want to do. We're quite excited about it. We're actually like doing it, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm actually doing it. That's how we are feeling right now. And we obviously want you to come along on the journey with us. You guys can ask us any questions. You can follow our page on Instagram. It's Lived Experience Travel. You can literally get all your information on that. We've got a few stories on a few questions on like what's a DMC, what does it entail, and all of that, and we can answer all of that for you. But yeah, we have 2 amazing trips already available for you to come travel with us. The first one is within South Africa. It's our Zululand camp out in collaboration with
Camping Capella.
Yes, and obviously Camping Capella is, the in thing right now in terms of camping. He knows his stuff. He brings all the stuff for us.
They set everything up. They cook for you. They do the whole
work.
They make the camping experience beautiful, worthwhile, easy, effortless for you.
So that's why we're collaborating with him, and that's happening in March. So if you're interested, it's only 1,000 rand to book your seat, and everything is included, from your activities to your food to transport, snacks, activities, everything. Our second one is how we are going to take some South Africans all the way to Africa with us to Tanzania. Yes, to Tanzania and Rwanda. So that's called the Kigali to Zanzibar. Got it, right? Yes. So it's going to be 11 days split between the 2 countries. It also includes your internal travel, your foods for certain days, your accommodation, activities. So all you need to do also on there is send us an email, and we will send you an itinerary, and you are on your way to 2 magical African countries with us. So it's at one go, guys. So it's very, very exciting.
And we've partnered on that trip. We've partnered with the Travel Clan, who are based in Ghana. So they'll be bringing their people from Ghana and wherever else in the world, and we'll be bringing ours. Going to get together in East Africa and have an amazing time.
It's going to be amazing, guys. I promise you.
So ask us any questions. Challenge us on anything that we're doing. Give us feedback. If you want us to do like a budget trip somewhere, tell us and we'll figure it out and we'll try to make it happen.
And by the way, South Africans who do not have the budget for any of these, do not worry, or Joburgers. We're currently working on an amazing weekend exploration, escape in the city for all you Joburgers or anyone else in South Africa who would love to come along. So please do not despair, guys. We're going to have everybody covered. Give us a little bit of time. But thank you so much for watching this video, guys. It was so exciting just to share some of our stories with you guys and to sort of just answer some of those travel questions that people have been itching to get the answers to. Don't forget to please subscribe, please like, please comment below.
Please tell your friends.
Please tell your
to follow.
friends to follow us. Please share it. Please just get on the train, yo. Like, come on, guys. Let us get to 1,000 subscribers so that we can actually do some dope stuff. Also, I want to send you money, guys, my neighbor. See what you want. See what I. So
No.
yeah, stop it.
Not for that.
Not for that. But
Just
we're
for
ready.
reach.
For reach. Come on, get us out there. But thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week on another
Travel Tuesday
Talks.